Okay, let's look at a simple drill like huba. All right, so if Oliver feeds number one, I'm gonna block here, I'm gonna pass, check, and I return the favor. And you notice that we're in both different grips here. Oliver is in the ice pick grip, and I'm in a hammer grip. And you'll see why in a few seconds, right? So again, I'm gonna block, pass, check. And arguably this has some combat applications from the Filipino martial arts. But again, we're training some attributes, we're isolating some particular skill sets, etc. But again, it's just a drill, all right? It doesn't really, how do I say it, teach Oliver here how to adapt or how to basically improve his decision-making skills. So let's look at a certain technique. He could block here, underhook. He's going to grab and return to sender. This is a typical one we see in the Filipino martial arts a lot. He blocks, goes from underneath. He's going to return back into my body. And you notice how he's cupping my hand here, which is really important. And this is one technique that we do quite a bit. So now we're going to merge those two drills together, all right, to make it a little bit more challenging for Oliver. So we're going to go back to huba. And at any time Oliver wants to, he could take control of the drill. And he decides on the timing and decision-making skills to go into that particular counter. Yeah, go anytime, Oliver. Nice. Good. We're back to the drill again. Good. So notice now in the huba drill, we've been only feeding angle number one, this particular angle. We're going to introduce angle number two. All right. So here, at any time, instead of feeding angle number one, I'm going to feed angle number two. And he's going to do the same thing. He's going to feed number two, just for the sake of the drill. I'm going to keep going back and forth on this angle number two. And at any time I want, I can go back, I can reassume angle number one. And anytime I want to, instead of feeding angle number one here on Oliver, I could feed angle number two. Oh, good. Now, let's look at that same counter. This one here, he blocks, he passes, nope, blocks, scoop, and return to sender. Can we do that off angle number two? Yes, we can. He gets sliced up and check. Yeah, again, he's going to cut my hand and return back to sender. One more time. Scoop up. He captures the hand here and return to sender. So we're going to integrate that back into the huba drill. Again, try to merge all these drills again and also try to develop some adaptation and decision-making skills on Oliver's behalf. So go back to huba. When I feed number two, that's going to be his trigger to adapt. Back to the drill. Now, can we go back to the first drill? Yes, we can. At any time Oliver wants to, he can do that same counter on angle number one. Beautiful. And when I feed number two, that's his trigger to act. Nice. Awesome. Good. Finally, we're going to do the same counter off number five. Let's look at this particular sequence. I'll feed a stab to his stomach. He's going to gunt. He's going to stab back on my liver. I check it here. I return number two. And again, he picks it up and does that same counter of return to sender. One more time. I stab. He's going to gunt. He stabs back here. I check. I come back with a number two. He comes back into my midsection. Drill it one more time. Good. So we'll go back to huba. We'll get into this monotonous kind of brain dead drill. And anytime I want to, I can feed at angle number five. And he has to adapt and go back to that same drill. Good. Finally, can we mix all three possibilities together? Yes, we can. And here, Oliver can go on number one anytime he wishes. I can give him this trigger for number two. I could feed number five. And back to number two. And again, we can keep playing here. You can pick up number one. Yes, awesome, good. So now there's a little bit of autonomy on the part that Oliver can do it anytime he wants. There's some decision-making skills here. He has to be able to read my body language to pick up these various angles of attack. And so now we're taking this boring drill of huba and again, teaching Oliver here to basically adapt the skills and work on his decision-making skills here. There you go.